Hello, everyone. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're calling from. Thanks for coming to this live lesson today. My name is Lizzie, and I'm going to be teaching you this live lesson today on vocabulary used for business phone calls. So before we get started, maybe you can just let me know in the chat. You can type in, let me know where you are from. So let me know which country you're from, where you live, how you're doing today. I'd love to see all the different places that everyone is from. I'm gonna have a little look. South Africa, cool, hello. Japan, nice, hello. Hi, Tony from Japan. Where else have we got? Tokyo, Japan. Oh, got a few from Japan today, nice. What time is it in Japan? Must be like quite late, right? Like evening in Japan. Pakistan. Sorry, I'm bending down like this because I swear my eyesight is getting worse. I'm like having to come really close to read it. From Vietnam, nice. Okay, cool. Lots of people from different places. Can I just check everyone that the picture's okay, the sound's okay? If there are any problems with the picture or the sound or anything like that, then please let me know now before I get into the lesson. Sri Lanka, Egypt, Indonesia, cool. And maybe you could also let me know how the weather is for you guys today. So for me today, it is so nice. I've got a bright blue sky. I'm looking out the window now. It's really sunny and it's quite hot as well. Maybe some of you wouldn't find it hot, but for me, because I live in the UK, hot for the UK. We have a heat wave at the moment, so it's really nice. It's really nice. I'm going to enjoy the sun after this lesson the rest of my day. Gonna sit in my garden. So yeah, how's the weather for you guys? The picture is not very clear. Let me see if I can maybe do anything to fix that. Check that my internet's all okay. Okay. Let me know. Let me know if it gets any worse or any better. So yeah, Brazil. Okay, we've got people from loads of places. Nice. Pakistan is very hot. Yeah, it's probably much hotter in Pakistan than it is here. I think it's only like 23 or 24 degrees here today. So yeah, it's not that hot, but it's hot for the UK, definitely. Okay, so guys, today, is the picture not clear? Let me just check. Hold on, guys. I don't want it to be really bad quality. Let me just check on the picture, see if I can get it fixed for you guys. Today we are going to be talking about business phone calls, okay? So do you guys use English for work? Let me know. Do you guys use English for work? Let me know in the comments. Or second question, are you learning English? Is the reason you're learning English for work or for a future job that you are hoping to get? So is that why you're learning English? Is that why you're here today? Yeah, lots of people saying yes. That's great. That's great. So hopefully for you guys, This lesson will be really helpful today because we are going to be going over vocabulary that you can use in business phone calls. So useful vocabulary, useful phrases, and yeah, hopefully if you do Zoom calls or Skype calls or Google Meet video calls, hopefully some of this vocabulary will also be useful for these. We are going to focus specifically on business phone calls, but some of the vocabulary you may be able to use for both. So this might be useful for you too. Okay. And yeah, the reason I wanted to talk about this today, the reason I wanted to give you this vocabulary, one of my students actually was asking me some useful phrases, some useful vocabulary for business calls. And I thought, do you know what? This is a topic that is hopefully useful for a lot of people. I know lots of people that are learning English, whether it's on Cambly or another application or by themselves. They are learning it for work purposes. So that's kind of why I wanted to cover this today. And because it can be very, very scary making calls or taking calls at work for the first time, even in your native language. So even in your own language, this can be scary. But then when you have to do this in another language, a language that isn't your first language, so for you guys, this may be English, it is even more terrifying and more difficult. Firstly, because you can't see the other person when you're on the phone. So you can't see their facial expressions, you can't lip read. This means that you have to listen really, really carefully. And you have to really focus to make sure you hear and understand everything that they are saying. But the one good thing is they also can't see you, okay? So you can't see them, but they can't see you. This means that you can have some notes sitting next to you that you've prepared beforehand, where you can have a reminder of some useful vocabulary or useful phrases that you can use during the call. So today that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you some of these useful phrases and this useful vocabulary. So I'm going to go over that today, and then I'm also going to let you guys have a little practice at the end. Also, I will give you a chance to ask some questions that you might have at the end as well. So don't worry if I don't answer them during the lesson. I'm going to leave a bit of time at the end to answer your questions. Also, this lesson will be posted on the channel afterwards, after it's finished. So if you missed some of this lesson, if you've come in now and you've missed this introduction, if you cannot watch all of this lesson, or if you just like to watch this lesson again because you want to listen to some of the vocabulary again, then it will be posted afterwards, so you'll be able to go back and watch it, okay? So don't worry. Okay, so let's get started. It's really hot in here. The sun's, you can't see, but the sun's coming in. I am very, very warm. So I'm gonna have some water. Excuse me a second. Okay. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to go over is the first part of the call, which will be making a call or answering a call, okay? So how would you start a call? What do you think? What do you need to say first? Anyone got any ideas? How would you start a call? If somebody calls you, yeah? If you answer the call and somebody else is calling you, yeah, hello, definitely. Definitely hello or hi is a good way to start. Or good morning, good afternoon, okay, good evening, if you're working into the evening. So what you can do is you can say hello, hi, or good morning, and then you're going to say your name, okay? So you can either say this is, and your name, or you can say your name and then speaking, okay? Let me just show you some examples. So you can say, for example, good morning, your name, Lizzie speaking. Or you could say, good morning, this is Lizzie. Another thing you can do is you can say the name of the company that you are working for, okay? So you could say, hello, this is Turner and Browns, for example. It's a fake company. Or you can just say, hello, Turner and Browns, and then say your name, Lizzie speaking. So you can say all of it, okay? So you have different options. You can either say your name, or you can say the company name, or you can say the company name and then your name. And all of these are very formal and polite and appropriate. Okay. So you would usually follow this by asking why the person is calling you, okay? You want to know what they would like, how you can help them. So some phrases you can use for this are, how may I help you? Or, how may I be of service today? Can anyone think of any other polite and formal ways that you could ask someone why they are calling? There are more ways. If you can think of any other ways, please let me know in the comments. It would be great to see. How can I help you? Exactly. So you can switch may for can. Okay? You'll notice that for a lot of the vocabulary I'm giving you, you can use like may, can, or could, okay? And all of these are okay, except not how could I help you. How may I help you? How can I help you? Are good. Don't say how could I help you. Do you want something specific, Aisha? Yeah, you could say that. You could say, well, what is the purpose of your call? What is the purpose of your call? What can I do for you? Lovely, I like that one. What can I do for you? Great. Okay, so now we're gonna pretend we're the other person, okay? We're the person that has dialed the number and we are calling the other person. So how would you respond to this question? How may I help you? Or how can I be of service today? Or what can I do for you? How could we respond? We need to say the purpose of our call. We need to say why we are calling. So some things you can say are, I'm calling to see whether, or I'm calling about, or I'm calling to find out, or I'm calling to inquire about. Inquire means to ask information. Okay, so all of these are very polite. So a full sentence example could be, a full example sentence could be, I'm calling to see whether, I don't know why I couldn't think of one there. I'm calling about the meeting I have scheduled for this date. Or I'm calling to find out whether it's possible to do something. Can you think of any full example sentences for me? I'm not haven't plucked out any great examples there, have I? Bear with me. Yeah, I'm calling to find out about our meeting tomorrow. I'm calling to investigate. Yeah, you could use this depending on the context. Okay. Another thing, you might not be calling to find out anything, okay? You might be calling to speak to someone else, okay? So you call them and the receptionist answers, but you want to speak to somebody else. So how could you ask to speak to somebody else on the phone? So the person you've called first is not the person that you want to talk to. You want to talk to somebody else, maybe their manager, or maybe someone in a specific department. How could you ask to speak to someone else? In a polite, formal way. Can I talk to? Exactly. Can I talk to? Or can I speak to? So again, here you can use may I, could I, or can I? Okay? So you can say, may I speak to whoever, please? Or can I speak to whoever, please? Or could I speak to whoever, please? Another way of asking to speak to someone, you can say, could you put me through to whoever, please? Could you put me through to? Okay, this is a good phrasal verb, to put someone through. Well done, Neil. Could you put me through to the manager? Or, good one, I'd like to speak with. I'd like to speak with. That's a really good one too. Very simple as well. Easy to remember that one. Good, well done, guys. Okay, so if someone asks to speak to someone and you need to check if they are available. So you might say, someone might say, could you put me through to the manager, please? And you're like, okay, I need to check if they're available. What could you say? I've got some examples here. You could say, hold the line a moment. Or it's a little bit less formal, but it's perfect, it's good. You can just say, hold on a moment. Let me check if he's in. Let me check if she's available. Give me a sec is okay. Give me a sec is okay. It's definitely more informal, give me a sec, but it's okay. Hold the line a moment is probably the most formal option here. Okay, so you've asked them to hold the line, you've asked them to hold on a moment to check if they're available, and let's pretend they are available. You might say something like this. Yes, he or she is here. I'll put you through. Okay, so again, we've got this phrasal verb to put someone through. You're putting someone through to that phone call. You're connecting the call, okay? But what if you call the manager, for example, and they are not available, okay? They're not answering the phone, or they say, no, I'm busy. I can't speak to that person. What could you say in this scenario? What could you say? I have got some different things here, and yeah, keep typing, guys. I'll have a little look at what you guys are saying. He is swamped at the moment. Nice. He is swamped. He is swamped. Swamped means very, very busy. So I've just put here, quite simple. I'm afraid he's out at the moment. Okay, I'm afraid he's out at the moment. You could then say, can I take a message? Or you could say, could you call back later? Or I'll ask him to call you when he's available or when he gets back. You could also say, I'm afraid he's busy at the moment. Can I tell him who is calling? Or I'm afraid he's out at the moment. May I ask what it's about? Or may I ask why you are calling? Okay, so different options here. Let's see if you've got any more. He isn't available yet. Good. Any more, guys? Okay, so say somebody wants to leave a message, okay? You might say, could you tell him that... You want me to put this back, guys? Are you still looking? Sorry. Give me time to take notes. Please remember also, though, I'm gonna, like, this will be posted on the channel afterwards, so you can go back and take notes. Let me hold up a little bit closer in case you want to do like a screenshot or take notes. So if you want to leave a message, okay, so the person's out and the receptionist says, can I take a message? And you want to leave a message, you might just say, could you tell him that blah, blah, blah. Or you might just say, actually, could you ask him to call me back? My number is blah, blah, blah. Okay, make sure you give your number if you want them to call you back. Yeah, good. Could you please tell him to call me back later? Well done. Well done, Neil. Excellent work, guys. Okay. Now, another thing that might be useful for you guys to learn if you are taking business phone calls or making business phone calls is the NATO phonetic alphabet. Okay, so I don't know whether maybe it could be useful to provide like a link to this in the description or maybe in the comments or something of this video afterwards. If not, it's really easy to find it online. You know, if you just go into Google and search NATO phonetic alphabet. This is optional. You don't have to use this, but it can be useful if you need to spell someone's name correctly or some other information they might give you. And this is just like, so for example, A is alpha, B is Bravo, C Charlie, D Delta. I need to learn it. Great, I think there is an example of it in the chat. That's perfect. So yeah, this might be useful for you guys to study. It's up to you. I remember I once had a job in, like, as a receptionist, and it was in a car garage, and I had to know I had to like read out or listen to or write down people's car registration numbers, so like the number on the back of your car. And I remember somebody I had to repeat something back to someone, and I didn't know the NATO phonetic alphabet, and they said, oh, I can't really hear you clearly. I can't hear which letters you're saying. Can you use the NATO phonetic alphabet? And I didn't know it. It was fine because I just Googled it quickly. It was okay. But yeah, I felt quite embarrassed. So might be useful for you guys to learn. But as I say, it's optional. It's not like a requirement for business phone calls. But a lot of people who do have to make business phone calls, they do find it a useful thing to know, to learn. So that could be some extra studying for you guys to do. Okay, let's move on. So let's say you got through to the person you want to speak to, okay? The person that you wanted to talk to is available. You didn't have to leave a message. Great. And you want to make an arrangement. So maybe you want to schedule a meeting or an interview, or maybe you'd like to schedule a second phone call with them at a later date. So if you want to propose a meeting or an appointment, here are some things you could say. You could say, can we fix a meeting? Can we fix a meeting? Or should we arrange an appointment? And finally, would it be useful to meet up soon? Can you think of any others? Can you think of any other ways we could propose a meeting? Or say that we would like to have a meeting or an interview or an appointment with someone? Yes, arrange and schedule are the same. Okay, can we arrange something? Can we schedule something? Can we organize something? All of these are the same. Okay. If you want to arrange, shall we hang out tomorrow? Shall we hang out tomorrow is a little bit too informal, I would say, for a business call. If you're talking to like a friend on the phone or someone that you have a relationship with already of some sort, like a kind of friendly relationship, then using the phrasal verb hang out is amazing. It's perfect. It's great. But for a business phone call, especially if you don't really know the person you are organizing a meeting with very well, hangout is a little bit too casual, a little bit too informal. So you're better to use something like one of these. Shall we arrange a meeting? Can we fix a meeting? Would it be useful to meet up soon? Can I have a reservation with you? Yeah. It depends on the context again, okay? Because reservation is a little bit different from a meeting or an appointment. Reservation we would use more for like a service or like, I don't know, a restaurant, or maybe like if you're going to like a beauty salon, so like a service, something you were getting done or something, or going for a meal. But if it's in like a business context and it's related to work, then reservation is not really used. Instead, we would say appointment or meeting or interview if it's an interview, okay? It depends what it is. Okay, then if we want to propose a specific date or time for the meeting, for the appointment, we could use these sentences. So we could say, how about or what about Tuesday? Let's go with Tuesday. How about Tuesday? Or what about Tuesday? You could also say, would Tuesday be suitable? This one quite similar. Would Tuesday suit you? And the last one here I've got is, shall we say Tuesday? Can anyone think of any other ways? Yeah, shall we schedule a meeting tomorrow? Okay, good. Shall we schedule a meeting tomorrow? Can I set up a meeting tomorrow morning? Great, well done. Any more? All really good examples, guys. That's great. You're going to have loads of different phrases that you can use. Is it possible to meet on Tuesday? Great, good. Would be available? I would rephrase this and say, are you available on Tuesday? Are you available on Tuesday? Because we use available to talk about the person rather than the day, if that makes sense. So you could say, would Tuesday be suitable, or are you available on Tuesday? Yes, Kinoko. Let's say Monday morning. I like that one. Good. Wong Cherry, great. Would Tuesday be good for you? Make sure you have the verb be. Would Tuesday be good for you? Great work. Okay, then you might say one of these things, okay? You could say, I'll just check my diary, or let me check my diary, or let me check my schedule, okay? Or you could say, that's fine, if it's fine. Or you could say, I can't or won't be able to make Tuesday, okay, if you're not available. So if you're not available, what could you say? What could you say to suggest an alternative date, an alternative time? What phrases could you use? Neil, that's great. Can we try this Thursday instead? Good. I have got some different things for you here. But let me have a look at what you've got first. You could say, yeah, sorry, I have work, okay? Sorry, I have work. You don't need the article okay? Sorry, I have work. I'm not able to come tomorrow. I'm busy at that time. Good, good, good. These are all great. Okay, moving on slightly, but related. Can you show the paper again? Sorry. Yeah. Am I moving it away too fast? Don't worry, because you will be able to watch it again, remember. But let me just hold it up while I continue talking to you. So, what if you arrange a meeting, okay? You arrange a meeting with the person, you have it all booked, it's a plan, but then your plans change, okay? Your plans change, you need to call them again, and you need to let them know that your plans have changed, and you need to rearrange or reschedule the meeting or the appointment or whatever it is. I have some different things you can say. The first one, I can't make Tuesday anymore. Something has come up. How about Thursday? Okay? This is very formal, very polite. You don't need to give them your whole personal life story. Yeah, you don't need to tell them exactly what you're doing. You can keep it vague and just say, something has come up. Okay? You're not telling them why you can't make it. You're just telling them that you have other plans. Any other phrases like this that you can think of? Something has come up. Or any other ways that you could say the beginning part, I can't make. Or any other ways you can say the end part. How about Thursday? Okay, write in the chat. Can we have a meeting on Monday instead? Good, good, good. I'm really sorry. I was looking forward. Remember the forward. I was looking forward to our meeting. How can I make it up to you? Yeah, you could say this. This is very nice. Can we set up a meeting later? Yeah. Tasnia, can we set up a meeting later instead of 4? Good. Okay, another thing you could say is, I'm afraid, okay? I'm afraid. I think we spoke about I'm afraid earlier, okay? It's very formal. I'm afraid Tuesday won't be possible. Can we postpone it till Thursday? Okay, so we've got postpone, this word, postpone. Postpone means to have something at a later date or time, later than planned. Great. I'm just reading some of yours here. I'm a bit busy, so can we set up the meeting next Monday? You don't need the preposition on, okay? You can take that away. Otherwise, it's perfect. Well done. Delay, exactly. Another word for postpone is to delay. Good. We need to put off the meeting. Exactly, you read my mind. That's the next one. Okay, I can't make Tuesday. Can we? Have I got that right around? Yeah, I thought I had it upside down there. I can't make Tuesday. Can we put it off or put it back? Or you could say push it back. Okay, can we push it back or put it back? Both of these are fine. Till Thursday. Okay, so put off and put back and push back. All of these mean postpone, okay? Mean to delay something, to do something later than planned. Postpone is one word, okay? Postpone is one word. Okay. I have 2 more for these, okay? If you can't make a plan, if you have to rearrange your plans. Okay, we've got, I'm afraid I can't make Tuesday anymore. I'm not good at reading these today. Would we be able to rearrange our meeting? Okay, just use rearrange. Would we be able to rearrange? Rearrange, reschedule, okay, these mean the same thing. Instead of saying, I'm afraid Monday won't be available, you could say, I'm afraid I won't be available on Monday. Remember, if you use available, you're going to talk about you, okay, the person. I'm not available. It's not the day that's not available, it's the person that's not available on the day, right? So you can either say, I'm afraid I won't be available, or I'm afraid Monday won't be suitable, or I'm afraid Monday doesn't suit me anymore, okay? Okay, and the final one for this, I'm completely snowed under until next week. Can we leave it open? I'll get back in touch when I'm less busy. Okay, so snowed under. What does snowed under mean? Have you heard this expression before? Snowed under. Snowed under, what does it mean? And have you heard it before? Is this new vocabulary for you, or do you know it? Don't worry, guys, if you're just joining the lesson now. We've already covered quite a lot of vocabulary, but you'll be able to watch this from the beginning after the lesson is finished. You'll be able to watch the whole thing again as many times as you like, so don't worry. Yeah, snowed under means busy, tied up, nice, okay? Snowed under means very, very busy. You have a lot of work. You're really busy. Okay, and can we leave it open? This is quite a nice expression, okay? So you're not fixing the meeting at a particular time. You're just saying, can we leave it open? Actually, like, I don't want to schedule another time because I'm so busy. So let's just leave it open and we'll be back in touch to arrange another meeting soon. Okay? Okay. I'm afraid is kind of another way of saying I'm sorry. It's like very formal. It's like, I'm sorry, but I can't do this. I'm afraid I can't do this. Okay, let's look at how you are going to end a call. How are you going to say bye? What are you going to say? See ya, catch you later. No. Something a little bit more formal. How could you say bye? How could you end the call in a nice way? A formal way, leaving a good impression. Oh my goodness, there's the hugest bee ever outside my window. Sorry, I got very distracted there. I could hear it. I don't know if you could hear that. It was really loud. Never seen such a big bee. Okay, back to this. Sorry. You could say, see you on Thursday then, okay? Whenever you plan to see each other, if you've arranged a meeting. Or, I'll look forward to seeing you then. Or if you're not going to see them, okay, if that wasn't the purpose of your call, you could say, it's been good talking to you. It's been good talking to you. Let's see what you guys have said. Have a great day, sir. Nice. See you later. Yes, good. Got some more here. Talk to you soon, no doubt. Or thank you for phoning. We'll be back in touch soon. We'll be back in touch soon. Any more? I think I've got more here. What have I got? It's been good talking to you. Nice talking to you. I'm going to have to go now. It's been great talking to you. Thanks for your help. Goodbye. Okay? Depends whether you're the person calling or taking the call, okay? I'll call you later. Yes. Any others? It was nice talking to you. Very nice talking with you. See you soon. Good. I've got to go. See you next time. See you later. Well done. Okay, guys. So that is all the different steps of a call. Okay, obviously there may be other things within there because depends what you're calling about and the context. But I hope that these phrases you will find useful for your business calls, okay? To kind of structure your call, I guess. Break up your call and make sure you're using vocabulary and phrases that are correct and appropriate and polite. Okay? Now I have a little dialogue, an example of a call, a very short call. Okay, you'll see it's very, very short. Your calls may be longer than this, but just to sort of show you some of the vocabulary we've gone over, some of the phrases we've gone over in context. Maybe I'll try and bring you a bit closer. Is this gonna work? Oh no, I think it's fine. There we go. See, this desk has wheels on it, so that's useful, isn't it? Right. Can you see? You can probably come even closer. I'm too close. Right. So we've got person A, person B, and person C. So in this example, person A is the receptionist, right? Person B is the caller, the person who is calling. Person C is the manager, okay? The person that the caller wants to speak to. Might be useful, guys, if you want to read along with me, maybe repeat after me to practice your pronunciation. Okay, so I'll pause in between each sentence and you can practice your pronunciation of these sentences, okay? Are you ready? Let's do it. Okay, person A. Turner and Simpsons. How may I help you? Hello, this is Lizzie. May I speak to Mr. Robertson, please? Hold the line a moment. I'll check if he's in. And then after a few moments, yes, Mr. Robertson is in. I'll put you through. Okay, we're through to Mr. Robertson. Hello, Mr. Robertson speaking. How can I help you? Can you see? Come closer. I'll move it closer. Is that helpful? Okay. Hi, I'm calling to rearrange our meeting on Wednesday. Hi, I'm calling to rearrange our meeting on Wednesday. I'm afraid something has come up. Can we postpone it till Friday? Person C. How does Friday at 2 p.m. sound? That's fine. See you on Friday then. Yes, I'll look forward to seeing you then. And then you could add goodbye, but you don't have to. Okay, I'll let you guys have a little read of that for a minute. And Now I am going to test you guys on some of the things that we have looked at today, okay? So if you're ready to have a little practice, please leave your answers to the questions I'm going to ask in the comments. And let me move this back again. Okay, so that you can see me properly. Here we go. Okay. Are you ready for the quiz? Okay. I'm going to give you, oh, what's the meaning of I'll put you through? Guys, any questions you've got as well, if they don't get answered yet, I'm going to give you a little bit of time after this quiz to ask me some questions as well, okay? So don't worry. Okay, so first scenario. You answer a call and they want to speak to your manager, but your manager is not available. What would you say? Okay, so somebody calls you and the person on the phone wants to speak to your manager. You check if the manager is available, but she is not available. So what would you say to the person on the phone? What could you say? I'm gonna read your answers. He's out at the moment? Yeah. Would you say anything after this? He's out at the moment and that's it? Or would you add something else? What would you say after that? He's busy at the moment. He's out at the moment. Then what could you say afterwards? Excellent. She's on another line. May I take a message? Good. So you need to ask them what they want to do after that, okay? May I take a message, or can you call back later, please? Excellent, guys. So he's busy at the moment. Please call back later. Yeah, that's fine. I've put as an example, I'm afraid he or she's out at the moment. Can I take a message? Okay, but all your examples are great. So you need to say that they're busy and then ask them to call back later, or ask if they want to leave a message or tell you why they're calling. Okay, one more of these. This one. You scheduled a meeting with a client, but you can no longer attend at that time. So you need to change the meeting, okay? You scheduled a meeting with a client, but you can no longer attend at that time. What could you say? What would you say to them? I've just realized that my nails match my pen, my red pen. That wasn't planned, but that's nice. There's a lot of red going on. Yeah, let's see, guys. What could you say? Yeah, I'm snowed under. Okay, I'm afraid we have to reschedule our meeting. Or, yeah, if it's with the manager, not with you. I'm afraid she's snowed under. I'm afraid something has come up. During the meeting, can I leave early? Okay, yeah, if you're in the meeting and you have to leave the meeting early, yeah. I'm sorry, can we rearrange the meeting? Good, well done, guys. I've put, I'm afraid I can't make whatever day the meeting was. Can we put it off till Thursday? But yeah, guys, all really good answers. Great work. I'm sorry, but I'm not available. Can we reschedule the meeting? Good. Amir, I'm sorry, but I can't attend the meeting today. Can we make it next week? Great. Excellent. Okay, couple more questions for you guys. I want you to now choose the most appropriate response to the question. Okay, so I've got this question here. Could I speak to Mrs. Lane? Could I speak to Mrs. Lane? Which answer is the most appropriate? Is it A? Sure. One sec. Or B? She's busy, sorry. Or C? I'm afraid the line is busy. Can I take a message? So none of these are really bad. None of these are completely incorrect, okay? But which one is the most appropriate? Which one do you think sounds the most professional? The most polite? Yeah, good guys. Good, good, good. Yeah, they are all possible. They are all possible. But I would say that C is probably the most professional sounding, the most polite, okay? Also, it's better than just saying she's busy, you know? You're better to say they're busy. Can I do this for you? Can I take a message, okay? A is okay too, okay? But C is the most appropriate, the most kind of formal, okay? If she's not available. And yeah, it depends on the situation. If she's available, then A is the most appropriate. if she's not available, then C is the most appropriate, of course. Okay, one more last question for you guys today. This one. I'm afraid he isn't available at the moment. Can I take a message? Which answer is the best? Is it A? Can you ask him to call me back? To call me back, please. It's about our meeting. Or what is he doing? Or I'll call back at 1. I'll call back at 1. Which one is the best, okay? Which one do you think? There's not necessarily one correct answer, okay? Okay, most people are saying A, some people are saying A or C. Yeah, I would say A or C. B is not great, is it? It's very like personal. Oh, why? What is he doing? Why can't he talk to me? You wouldn't use B. But A or C are good, yeah? A is probably the politest, okay? But they're both good. Okay, excellent work, guys. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. If you have any questions about anything that we've covered today or anything related to business phone calls, then please ask away now and I will try to answer a few questions for you. So yeah, whether you have any questions about vocabulary that I've mentioned or a situation, what would you say in a certain situation? Let me know. And I hope it's been helpful. I hope that you've got lots of new vocabulary, new phrases that you can use for your business phone calls. Let's see if we got anything. What is the meaning of may I take a message? It's just the same as saying can I take a message or could I take a message, okay? You can use can I, could I, or may I take a message. And it's just if you're on the phone and the person that someone wants to speak to is not available, you might say, may I take a message? And they can tell you why they're calling, or they can tell you what they want you to say to the person they originally wanted to speak to. Okay, so if you say, may I take a message, you're asking that person if they would like to give you some more information about why they're calling, or give you some information that they want you to give to the person they originally wanted to speak to. Yeah, does that make sense? If the manager has taken a day off, could I simply say he or she has taken a day off? Is there a proper expression? Eleonora, great question. Yeah, you could just say he's off today, or he isn't available today, or he's out of office at the moment. He's out of office. Okay, this means maybe they're on holiday or they have a day off. He or she is out of office at the moment or today. That's a very formal way to say it. You'll often see that in emails as well. If you send someone an email and they aren't available, and they might have set their email to like send you an automatic reply saying, I'm out of office at the moment. So yeah, you can use this expression. Which is more polite? Hold on, please, or could you give me a second? Both of these are polite. Hold on, please. Could you give me a second? I would say these are as polite as each other. Yeah, you can use either of these. Okay, guys. Let me just check if there were any other questions. Okay. I hope all the vocabulary was useful for you guys. I hope you've had a fun time. As fun as it can be talking about business phone calls. Remember, you can watch this lesson back after it's finished, after it's ended, if you've missed any of the vocabulary, and you can take notes. Okay, what I would recommend if you are actually doing a business phone call, making a business phone call, or taking a business phone call, have little small notes next to you, okay, with some of these phrases or vocabulary that you think might be useful. And I think it will just help you feel more relaxed as well, because you know you've got it there in front of you to help you out. And if you guys don't use Cambly already, okay, so obviously you're all here today, you know what Cambly is, you're watching this live lesson. If you don't use the Cambly application, then it is a great way to learn English. You can speak to lots of different tutors. They can teach you general English, but they can also teach you business English. Cambly also have courses, okay? They also have courses where you can learn specific things. And they do have some courses that are specifically for business English. So they have different lessons, little mini lessons, some longer lessons, which focus on different topics related to business English. So these are great if you are using English for work, or you plan to use English for work in the future, and you want to gain some confidence, learn some vocabulary related to business or work. And I am a teacher on Cambly. If you want to, you can schedule a lesson with me or send me a message. There will be a link to my profile in the description of this video, so it's really easy for you to find. And my name on Cambly is Lizzie Jane. So I'd love to meet you all. So send me a message or try and schedule a lesson with me. And yeah, we can learn some business English or some general English, whatever you like. There are also lots of teachers who have lots of experience teaching business English specifically as well. So you can have a look at all the other teachers on there too. So yeah, and I have a code for you guys before I go, because I am going to go. And you can get 36% off Cambly using the code GOLIVE. This is also in the description of the video, okay? But yeah, use this code GOLIVE and you'll get 36% off. Okay, guys, it was lovely to see you all today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had a nice time. I hope you learned lots of new things. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or evening, whatever time it is for you guys. Okay? Thank you very much. Bye-bye.